views that
this morning, so up to the sun so you can see the shadow on the ground. We've got the tree branches is a good one, and the colander is an easy one to pull out of your kitchen.
Okay, how are you feeling about the weather here in Texas today?
I am so excited that the sun is coming out. It's a little bit humid, but we're used to that in Texas. We have every little, phase of the weather, but the sun is out, so people are starting to look up. It's really fun to see the different faces already.
And as an educator, how are you feeling about people's reactions to the eclipse, to the science, to the things that they can do?
It's been really fun. We've been talking about how the animals are going to react, and is it safe to leave your dogs outside, and how the birds are going to quit chirping because they think it's nighttime. And so it's been fun to Google and research some of that.
What has been like the biggest question people typically ask of you?
A lot of them are, why can't I just look up the sun? Why can't they, and so you get a sunburn if you sit out in the sun too long. So imagine looking directly at the sun with your eyes and the damage that it can do to your retinas. And it's not even something that you'll notice right away. It may be something that you notice a day or two later that you sunburned your eyes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Julie, for joining us. We really appreciate it. And now I think we're going to throw it back to the views in Mazatlan and maybe or elsewhere around the country. So.
Ustedes son los turistas de Colombia, ¿verdad? No. Yo no soy turista de Colombia. Tú eres la colombiana. Después te voy a hacer una pregunta.
estrella, es un planeta. ¿Lo vieron? Otro más. A la izquierda. Miren el horizonte. Vean cómo parece que amanece y todo el horizonte está iluminado. Segundos para el fin de la totalidad. Hay que dejar de mirar cuando yo les dé la señal.
Una pequeña mordidita, y no, el puntito ahora se está desplazando y empieza a verse el anillo de fuego.
¡Se acaba la totalidad!
Nos colocamos los lentes, ustedes ya no se van a observar el sol.
Ok, ahora continúa la segunda parcialidad. De aquí y hasta las 12:32 vamos a tener el fenómeno inverso. La luna se va a ir retirando hasta que a las 12:32 volvamos a tener el mismo sol de todos los días. El eclipse haya terminado y tengamos que esperar otros 3 siglos para volver a presenciar esto. Muchas gracias a todos.
gosh, folks, have you seen that? Did you see, the eclipse touching down on Mazatlan all day today, this morning? Just the earliest forecasts were cloudy and potentially rainy, and just then you could see just how quickly the weather changes, just in time for that moment of totality. And even after totality, that moment when the diamond effect came in through, the Bailey's beads were peeking through, like, it just is so exciting, and I am living vicariously through them right now as the clouds start to cast a shadow on us instead of the moon. But you know what? There's just so much more excitement to be had, because we're gonna head over to Carbondale, Illinois. Again, the weather's been so changeable throughout the path of totality, but sometimes, look, you just never know, right? Total solar eclipses happen every few years or so, especially like where it's usually on somewhere else like the South Pacific. So this is a really special thing that we are hitting so many people around this North America, this continent. So you know what? We're gonna head over to hear more from a citizen scientist setting up their solar eclipse experiments out in Carbondale, Illinois. Let's take a look.
Eclipse Broadcasting Initiative, and it's a joint venture between NASA and Southern Illinois University here in Carbondale, Illinois.
And what is your role in the study? What are you doing as a citizen scientist?
Well, you said it. I'm a citizen scientist. I was recruited. I'm an alumni here from Southern Illinois University, and they contacted me prior to the annular eclipse, which we had last October, and asked me to record that from my home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I kept the equipment, and then they asked if I might join them here in Carbondale. So I drove 2.5 days from Santa Fe and ended up here with all of this gear that you see in front of me to capture data of the solar eclipse that's happening today.
Your background is in the motion picture industry. You do not have a background as a scientist. How did you end up doing this?
That's correct. I worked in the motion picture business for about 25 years, and so I know cameras, but I don't know telescopes. So when they sent all of this to me, I had never operated a telescope. I had never operated a mount like this. Certainly I've used a computer, but all of the software was new to me as well. So there was a bit of a learning curve. However, I think that my experience, and boy, the crowd is really getting into it right now. I hope you can hear me. There's a countdown going on. But all of my experience in the movie business did help, and it prepared me to really figure out how to work this gear and get the data that NASA needed.
What is it about your experience capturing the annular eclipse in October that caught your imagination and made you want to continue?
Well, it really was something else. I didn't know what to expect. I had never been through a total eclipse, totality, or annular. Annular, of course, is when the moon only covers a portion of the sun, not quite the entirety of the disk. And it still was a very interesting, some people say it's a magical time. The sky gets dark, obviously, but there in Santa Fe, a breeze came up. It got remarkably cooler. I had to put on a sweater. It was October anyway, but still, when the sun was covered up, it's amazing how much energy we lose here on the Earth when it's darkened like that. And we saw the effect of that. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing that here when the entire disk is obscured by the moon. This should be really cool to see in another half an hour, 45 minutes from now.
What exactly are you doing here? You're on the football sidelines. You got a bunch of cameras and telescopes. What exactly are you measuring?
Well, NASA's going to have to tell me what they're using my data for. I really don't quite know what they're doing with the special files that I'm capturing using this material here, this small telescope There's a mono camera here that records in black and white. I do have my other gear here, my DSLR over here. I've got one behind me that's shooting a wide angle. I've got the stadium in the background for that, and I'm capturing different phases of the eclipse as it happens to that camera. So when I get home, I'm going to take my images here and from the other camera, and I'm going to put them through Photoshop, and I'm going to make a nice collage of that. And in addition to that, I'm going to download the data for NASA, send it back here to Bob Baer at SIU, who's overseeing the project for the university, and I'm going to have to rely on them to tell me what they find in the data that I collect. I'm not that smart.
What do you expect to experience during totality? I mean, this is new for all of us.
Yeah, it really is. I know it's going to get cold. I hope I can see my equipment to be able to operate it, because it's going to get very, very dark very quickly. For 4 minutes, we're going to be experiencing that. I hope that we can hear the environment around us. I hope that we can hear the birds come out and start chirping and behaving differently. That happened when I was in Santa Fe with the annular eclipse a little bit. So I'm expecting more of that, only amped up because of the totality event today.
Great, thank you so much, Robert Dennis, and let's enjoy some more pictures from the eclipse.
Very good, thank you.
Hello, everyone. We're excited to be joined by Javen Gonzalez, Mesquite representative, to tell us a bit about how things are feeling here in Texas. Javen, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about Mesquite, Texas.
So in Mesquite, we're known as the rodeo capital of Texas. So we sit just right outside of Dallas.
Okay, yeah. And how has being on the path of totality affected the community, local businesses? What were you feeling here?
So there's a lot of energy here in Mesquite, just from like a lot of local businesses, the volunteers downtown. They were really excited. We started planning for this a year ago, so we felt like the community is really well prepared for what's happening and all the visitors that we have.
And Mesquite and many other communities along the path of totality hosted full weekend-long eclipse festivities, and you guys were among those. How did you roll out the red carpet for, the local folks and the visitors?
Sure. So we actually kicked it off in the most Mesquite way we could. So it's the 66th annual rodeo parade. Happened here in Mesquite. So we have it every year, but this year it was solar eclipse themed. So that's kind of what kicked off the festivities. We met with all of our hotels. We offered them glasses. We had a lot of international visitors who reached out to us in advance, so we kind of prepared their vacation plans and where to go while they're here.
And where are some of the people coming in from?
We have people from Copenhagen. We have people from Spain, England, Mexico, several different states. So I just talked to some people from California and Arizona, so all over the place.
That's fantastic. So I've heard, like you said, that Mesquite is really well known for the rodeo. I'm wondering, how are you hoping to keep the momentum up, the energy and, the excitement up after the eclipse?
Well, and one of the reasons why we called our Eclipse Weekend the Solar Rodeo was to kind of go back into that, because we want this to have a positive impact on our community, not just for this weekend, but for the future. I know a lot of people who have been here have been talking about, we want to go to the rodeo now that we found out that you guys are the rodeo capital. They've driven past the arena, so we're really hoping to capture those. We've been doing a lot of incentives to follow us on social media and come back.
And any things that you're doing with the schools or the students and things like that?
Yeah, so we've been working with our local school district here since the very beginning. They're one of our big partners on this. So they have prepared all schools, so all staff, students will have classes for today. They have lesson plans ready for today, and so all the kids are going out and observing. I'm sure they're out right now taking a look.
Were the schools closed today. It's Monday, or were they going on?
Schools are in session. Yeah, schools are in session here in the Peak.
Any last thoughts? The weather, it keeps changing minute by minute. You're seeing it live there. Clouds are coming in, clouds are parting. We don't know what we're going to expect.